Hello, everybody. I hope that you're doing wonderfully. Today's message is brought to you by the coronavirus and my lovely little pea plants. Aren't they so cute? All right, so I want to talk for a second about this whole panic buying and pandemic situation and our government and media's reaction to it. All right, so if you don't want to hear anything about that, then go ahead and click off this video. But if you, are okay with videos that are maybe calling out some of the stuff that's going on, then make sure that you hit subscribe and hit that like button if you can for me. I'd much appreciate it. All right, so we have been told by experts and government officials, I don't know if they're considered experts or not, but we have been told for, I would say going back at least a month, if not two, that families need to be prepared to quarantine for at least 2 weeks. Now they are giving out guidelines that if anybody in your family is showing any kind of symptoms at all, whether you think it's a cold or allergies or whatever, then you need to self-isolate as much as possible. So in reality, that 2-week time period that people need to be prepared for has stretched on to, as I said in a previous video, some people are saying 3 months. And I do think it's a more long-term prepping thing because of the other things that are happening because of this, which is why I have been working extra hard on my garden this year. And I suggest that you do the same. So the government and the media has now started telling people that they need to stop panic buying. Don't go to the store and hoard things. Don't go get a bunch of stuff. Your grocery stores are still going to be stocked. You don't need to panic buy like that. And if you are quarantined, we'll make sure that you get the stuff that you need. So stop freaking out, people, and stop going and wiping out the shelves, right? Okay, so first they want us to prepare. And now they're like, don't prepare too much. We'll take care of you. Now, I'm sure that you guys have also seen the comedians, especially talking about this, but some other reports and stuff have been going around about people calling their local emergency hotlines and stuff, 911 and stuff, when they run out of toilet paper. And now the departments are having to be like, don't call us if you need toilet paper, because you could just use old rags. Okay, so people are calling because they're running out of toilet paper. If they're doing that, then that means that they're not wanting to leave their house. They are self-isolating, just as the government wants them to. And the government, which says, we will take care of you and bring you the things that you need, is not bringing them the things that they need. So I'm a little bit curious. Their logic process on this, so they want people to be prepared. First of all, if you, let's say that, your husband starts showing some symptoms of like a cold or, some kind of congestion. And of course, it's allergy season, it's flu season, and he's not super sick. You don't have to go to the hospital. So they're not going to give you a test because remember, the tests are limited and they only want people that need the test to get the test. They don't want you rushing to your doctor if you think you might have the virus. They want you, to call a doctor, and maybe talk to them about it. But ultimately, unless you are super ill and need emergency services, to just stay home and get better. So your husband starts showing signs of a cold. All right, well, that's 2 weeks right there off the bat that your family needs to self-isolate. And you better have that stuff prepped already because remember, the local governments and stuff, they're not going to bring you the things that you need. They're not going to bring you toilet paper when you need it. They have already put out news conferences or whatever about it. Press releases, that's the term I'm looking for. My brain is still waking up, I'm sorry. So let's say a week into that 2-week isolation, you start feeling kind of icky and you start showing symptoms. All right, well, that's another 2 weeks. Well, let's say a week after that, and, by this time your husband's fine, you're starting to feel fine. Well, your kids start showing, they start having a little dry cough or something. So now you have extended from being 2 weeks of isolation into a month. And of course, they're still trying to figure out how long after getting over being sick that you could still be shedding the virus. They haven't pinpointed anything like that. So, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. They can keep telling people all they want to not go panic buy and not go buy this or that. People do not trust the government to give them what they need. Why? Because the governments are not giving them what they need. It's not that hard of a concept, okay? It really isn't. You have been telling us for how long that, oh, you'll take care of us and everything, and don't worry, when something hits, we'll make sure you get things. But now something has hit, and you're scrambling to try to figure out how to just get food to the families, you know, that have the kids in school that rely on that free lunch. You're scrambling trying to figure that out. How are you going to figure out how to get food and supplies to everybody in the region? Especially when the stuff's already sold out? Doesn't really make any sense. Another random little logic point that I'm wondering about, I found something very interesting in one of Trump's recent speeches. He said, you know, who would have ever seen this coming? That's just, you know, blindsided us and everything. Nobody ever would have expected that you're going to have a situation where you need tens of thousands of ventilation masks and stuff. What's funny, though, is that they have already mentioned that the national stockpile has in excess of 10,000 masks. So they have well over that amount. And you know, if they're saying, you know, oh, well, we have over this amount, they have well over that amount. So apparently they did see a situation in which this was happening or going to happen. They saw the need to prepare for this, which is why they already did. That's why they have those masks. So now they're not using them for the situation in which they have prepared for? Question mark? I don't understand. But whatever. Go plant some seeds and grow your garden so that you don't have to worry about this. I guess that's my ultimate message. I hope you guys are doing well. I just wanted to mention that. I know that there are some people that are still thinking like, oh, well, if stuff gets too bad, then, you know, FEMA's in control. And FEMA we'll just go to one of the FEMA camps if we really have to, and we'll just rely on them to give us what we need and everything. Medical professionals need stuff right now, and they are not getting it, okay? There are people in self-isolation right now that need stuff and are not getting it. We're already seeing examples that we are not going to be able to rely on federal government, state government, or local government to help us out in this situation. So I would say, you know, don't panic, don't freak out. Just sit down and think about long-term what you can do to help protect yourself in this kind of situation. Grow a garden. All right, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't, and hit the like button if you can, and let me know in the comments if you have gone out and done a stock up, you know, buy or anything yet. I have. More than once. Not like a crazy panic buy. I'm a prepper, so I have, and I live in Florida. I have hurricane stuff anyway. But, yeah. So let me know what you guys are doing. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and safe day, and remember to wash your hands. Bye, everybody.